Hi, my sweet babies. Thanks for coming by Grandma Faye's house today. Today's book title is Max and the Big Fat Lie. It's a character book. It teaches you about character and how you should behave. I bought this book when my kids were really young, so I've had it a very long time. And I would like to share it with you. Again, it's Max and the Big Fat Lie. I hope that you enjoy it. Let's get to it. Today's title is Max and the Big Fat Lie. It's a book about telling the truth. It is written by Michael P. Waite and illustrated by Gary Truesdale. Max's friend Stevie had just got a movie. Slime Gobs from Space was its title. "Get over here soon," Stevie phoned from his room, "'cause seeing this movie is vital." Max wanted badly to see this great movie. It was sure to be scary and loud, but Mother and Dad would think it was bad, for movies like this weren't allowed. Max did his best to think up a plan. He thought till his eyeballs were sore. And as he was thinking and painfully blinking, somebody knocked on the door. Get this up for us. Max quickly jumped to his feet in surprise, for in through the door walked a fellow who was short as a stump and equally plump. What's more, he was purple and yellow. "Good day, my dear chap," said the short purple creature. "You're caught in a fix, I'll agree. I can see on your face that Slime Gobs from Space is a movie you simply must see." Oh boy. "My name is Sir Fib, and I think you'll find my services tend to be handy. Please do not question, just take my suggestion. A wee little fib would be dandy. Go tell your mother you're going to Stevie's, but change the show's title a bit. Pokey the Cow is a flick she'll allow. Now go do your stuff. This is it." Of course, Max's mother was truly delighted. Pokey the Cow would be swell. It sounded so good that if Stevie's mom could, the two moms might watch it as well. No such thing as a wee little fib. It's a lie. This was a shocker to poor little Max. He hurried upstairs nearly crying. If Mom came along, the whole plan would go wrong, and Max would be punished for lying. Sir Fib looked disturbed as he listened to Max. He said, "This one's too big for me, but I have a friend for whom I can send. He'll know the answer. You'll see." So he opened the door. He whistled a note. It just took a second, not more, for a tall, lanky guy with a dark, shifty eye to quickly slip through Max's door. "Yo, kid," said the guy. "I'm Cleaver Deceiver, and Fib here has told me your story. I've got what you need, and I think you'll agree that deceiving should wipe out your worry. Go tell your ma that you just changed your mind, and you're going to play basketball with Stevie. She'll fall for the trick. Then you go watch the flick. It works every time, kid. Believe me." You see how they started with one lie, then got to tell another lie. Max hurried off with his new improved lie, which Mother believed right away. She showed not a doubt, but when Max turned about, she had something awful to say. "Since you'll be playing with Stevie Malone," Mom mentioned while feeding the cat, "his mother and I could just visit a while. I've been meaning to stop for a chat." Max felt quite ill as he slithered upstairs. This was a problem indeed. If Mother dropped by, he'd be caught in his lie, which was growing as fast as a weed. Cleaver Deceiver turned terribly pale when he heard about Mother's new plan. "She's a foe I can't beat," he cried in defeat, "but I know a fellow who can." He leaned out the door and, peering both ways, he called out, "Hey, yo, big fat lie!" And soon came a rumble, boom, 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 a thump, and a stumble that felt like a train rolling by. The creature was giant, all green and red spotted. It just barely squeezed through the door. When it sat on the bed, the whole house shook instead, and the mattress sank down to the floor.
"So this is the kid with the problem,"
it said.
"A problem that I'll take away. My name's Big Fat Lie, and I'll tell you why. It's because I know just what to say. Go tell your mother that Mrs. Malone has got the Mongolian measles. Their phone's disconnected, her toe is infected, and the house was just treated for weasels. Tell her you'd much rather pedal your bike than have your mom give you a ride. Then she won't know where you boys really go, watching the slime gobs inside."
Ooh, boy, this lie is one lie after another. Plodding his way down the stairs, Max recited. He practiced his new big fat lie. His kneecaps were shaking. His stomach was quaking. But he had to give it a try. "Mother," he said as he tried to stay calm, "I fear there's been complications. Mrs. Malone is no longer home. She's gone off to visit relations. Their phone's disconnected, their poodle got sick, and their house was attacked by a shark. So Stevie and I have just changed our minds. We're going to ride bikes in the park." He messed that lie up, didn't he? That's what happens. You can't keep it straight when you're lying. Stevie had already set up the movie by the time Max snuck up to his room. They pulled down the shade and built a blockade, and the room was as dark as a tomb. Each time he heard talking or someone's shoes walking, Max thought for sure he'd get caught. He was in such a hurry, the movie seemed blurry. It wasn't such fun as he thought. Look at him. He's so scared he's going to get caught. Max thought he felt someone's breath on his neck, so he turned, and he got a surprise. It was Sir Fib and Cleaver, that clever deceiver, but the breath that he felt was the lies. After a while, he could take it no more. He jumped to his feet in a panic. He raced his bike home, but he wasn't alone, for the weight on his bike was titanic. On the back of his bike were Sir Fib and Deceiver, and heavier still was the lie. Whatever you do, said the lie, turning blue, don't look your mom in the eye. Tell her that you were attacked by a tiger and trapped in a telephone booth. The Martians invaded, the planet was raided. Just make sure you don't tell the truth. Get lost, shouted Max. I don't need all your lies. The truth will work just fine for me. I'm finished with lying and sneaking and spying, so you guys just might as well leave. Ooh, Max had enough. Max got smart. At that very moment, in one mighty flash, poof! The lie and his friends disappeared. Max felt more relieved than you could have believed, for now Max's conscience was cleared. Max told his mom of the lies he'd made up, how he'd been sneaky and bad. He said he was sorry, and she needn't worry. He learned from the lesson he'd had. Mom never did let Max go see the slime gobs, though once in a while he still taunts her. But Max doesn't lie, and we all know why. A lie's like a big, ugly monster. And this is a scripture reference. The Lord detests lying lips, but he delights in men who are truthful. And all that means is God doesn't like us to lie. He takes joy and pleasure when we tell the truth. And you see the mess Max got into when he lied. The end, my sweet babies. I hope you enjoyed today's book, but more importantly, I hope that you learned something. I hope that you learned how important it is to always tell the truth, no matter what. That's what Grandma Faye wants you to practice in your life. Always tell the truth. Even when you're afraid, always tell the truth. That's the best thing to do. So do that for Grandma Faye. I love you, and I want to remind you that you are special because God made you that way. Mwah.